مشكلة هون نسينا الريكوردينج. يس. So زي ما قلنا الwords أو string of words يعني group of words when they are put together without spaces, then maybe it is what difficult to know the words, but if you segment them into different words, for example, the, cat, at, on, the mat, here these words are known. Why? Because they are in the mental lexicon of what? Of the learners. So the fact that the same sound sequence can be what? Explained differently. No, this tells us that we have a relationship between sound and meaning. So what kind of relationship? بنسميها arbitrary relationship. يعني they are not what? These words do not show the meaning what? Physically. For example, if you look at this French word here, un petit dôme in French means a little one of a little one. When an English speaker, the sounds here حكينا عنهم OPT dom, a little one of a little one, when it is similar to the name Humpty Dumpty. So we can say when you know a word, then what you know here? You know what the sound or the pronunciation كمان ايش المينينج. واضح؟ إذن when you are aware, you know its sound, the pronunciation, and you know the meaning. زي ما قلنا انه sound والmeaning, the relationship between sound and meaning is what? Arbitrary. قلنا ايش؟ Arbitrary. Okay. So it is possible to have what? Words with the same sound. Words with the same sound, but with ايش? With different meaning. مثلا bear. If you look at these two words, bear, no difference in pronunciation, but these two words have different meaning. Okay. Bear طبعا هون is a kind of animal. بينما bear ثاني means endure. Okay. So we may have words with the same sound and the same pronunciation, but with different meaning. شو بدل هذا؟ بدل انه association between sound and meaning is what? Is arbitrary. برضو في عندنا words the same meaning زي sofa and couch, but different sounds. Sofa and couch have different sound, but they have the same meaning. Bear and bear have the same sound, but different meaning. Okay. Then we may have words with similar sound, but different meaning. We have words with the same meaning, but with different sounds. So هنا since each word is a sound meaning unit, إذن في عندنا هنا association between sound and meaning. إذن a word is a sound meaning unit. So each word we have is what is stored in زي ما قلنا in our mental lexicon. These words stored in our mental lexicon must be listed what? In its unique phonological representation. Okay. In its what? Phonological representation. طبعا هذا phonological representation determines what? Its pronunciation. With ايش? With the meaning. إذن سيعنا pronunciation مع المينينج. For example, for little people, the spelling of orthography and most of the words we know is included here. So we can say each word in your mental lexicon include what? Other formation, such as whether it is a noun, or a pronoun, or a verb, or an adjective, or an adverb, or a preposition, or a conjunction. إذا نقدر نقول هنا المنتال lexicon شو بيعمل؟ specifies or determines the grammatical category and syntactic class of the word. إذا نقول مثلا this word is pronoun أو adjective أو noun أو verb، معناته هنا في عندك syntactic class of the word. Okay. Sometimes يعني الword it has the same grammatical class. مثلا love and love we can consider love كverb ولove ايش كnoun. Okay. Also here the speaker have knowledge. مثلا I love you and you are the love of my life. فأنا طبعا في عندنا love I love you كverb and you are the love of my as a noun. Even some words can be what? Both verbs and what? And nouns. So إذا هذول forms of the words are not in the mental lexicon, so we would not be able to know how to form grammatical sentences. Or we won't be able to distinguish between grammatical and anagrammatical sentences. إذا شو نقدر نحكي عن بالنسبة للword؟ احنا قلنا المورفولوجي. طبعا المورفولوجي قلنا هي عبارة عن words اللي هي عبارة عن structure of the words. طبعا the words are segmented into units. كل هاي الwords موجودة بالأور mental lexicon. And using the words, we know the sounds of these words of pronunciation, and at the same time, we know the meaning of these words. طبعا the relationship between sound and meaning is what is arbitrary. وحكينا عن بعض examples when we segment them, then we know these words because they are what in the minds in our mental lexicon. And this sound sequence here show us the relationship between sound and meaning. Relation between sound and meaning is what زي ما قلنا arbitrary. So when you know a word, you know its pronunciation and you know its meaning, because في عندنا sound meaning relation sound meaning relation تكون عبارة عن ايش؟ arbitrary. Okay. So برضو الوord فيها ايش؟ لها syntactic ايش؟ class. ممكن تكون noun, pronoun, verb, adjective and adverb, preposition. Then some words may have the same form but different meanings, or they have the same meaning but with different forms, as we said earlier. Any question about this? Any question about this so far? Any question? Okay. Now we'll move to content words and function words. Content words and function words. Now, what do we mean by this? So, language make an important distinction between two kinds of words. So, content words, شو كمان الفانكشن words. في عندنا مثلا nouns, الverbs, الadjectives, الadverbs شو بنسميهم هذول؟ are ايش؟ content words. Okay. إذا nouns, الverbs, الadjectives, adverbs, they are called ايش؟ content nouns. طبعا هذول the grammatical class of words, they have what? They have concepts such as مثلا objects أو action subject objects مثلا nouns object. For example, you see a book. Action use a verb. Attributes use adjectives, and ideas that we can think about. Okay. مثلا نقول nouns like children for example. وأنا عبارة عن object. Build مثلا عبارة عن action يعني verb. Okay. Beautiful عبارة عن attribute يعني adjective. وseldom عبارة عن ايش؟ عن adverb. يعني ايش؟ يعني adverb what? Of frequency. طبعا sometimes we call content words. What do we call them? Content words are called what?
Open class.
شو بنسميهم؟
Open class.
ليش؟ Because we add new words to these classes. ليش؟ Because we can add new words to these classes. مثلا Facebook. يعني كانت book صارت Facebook noun. blog برضه noun وفراك كverb online adjective and blingy adjective. إذا قلنا content words نقدر نعتبرهم open class words. ليش؟ يعني why? Because you can add new words to these classes. زي ما قلنا Facebook, blog, frac, online, and blingy. Okay, these words are what added to these classes, and they are what we call them open classes. في عندنا other classes of words do not have lexical meaning أو obvious concept associated with them. زي مثلا conjunctions مثلا and or and but. If you use them لحالهم they have no lexical meaning ولا لا؟ preposition كمان زي in of. برضه في عندنا الارتكل زي ايش ده او وان. في عندنا البروناونز like what it. هذول اللي نسميهم function words. ليش؟ function words they cannot function by themselves. يعني you cannot understand them by themselves. لازم يجوا ايش؟ within the sentence. يعني شو مسميهم هذول حكينا عنهم قبل شوي الكونجنكشنز البريبوزيشنز
function words.
pronouns ايش؟ they are called function words. Yes, because they specify grammatical relations and have little or no semantic content. إذا فيش فيهم semantic content. يعني شو semantic content؟ يعني meaning. يعني these words حكينا عنهم أو these concepts like conjunctions or prepositions or articles pronouns they have no semantic content. يعني they have no meaning by themselves لحالهم. Okay. For example, مثلا نقول if we want to know whether a noun is definite أو indefinite نقول the boy or a boy. إذا قلنا the أو a without the noun شو بتكون؟ no meaning. But so when we want to have definite أو indefinite noun شو بنستخدم؟ the boy و a boy. طبعا the boy the مع البوي it has meaning و a with boy gives what meaning. نفس الشيء بالنسبة ل prepositions. طبعا زي of indicates position. نقول مثلا the book of yours. هنا of كpreposition when we use it in the sentence تعني هون position يعني it is your book the book of yours. برضه هاي نفس الword indicates what many other kinds of relations. مثلا it in it is raining والarchbishop found it advisable عبارة عن examples of words whose function is purely grammatical. Okay, the function of these is what لو عندنا it in it is raining it is raining في عندنا برضو it the archbishop found it كمان نفس الشيء في الجملة. هذا عبارة عن example of words الفانكشن بيكون تبعهم grammatical and they are required by the rules of syntax and we cannot do without them. We cannot do without them. Okay. إذا صار عندنا هنا content words زي قلنا verbs, adjectives, nouns, adverbs. طبعا these words refer to objects زي ما قلنا قبل شوية, actions, attributes, and ideas. نقدر sometimes call طبعا content words are called as open class words. Yes, because we can add words or new words to them. The second type of words نسميها ايش؟ function words. شو function words؟ يعني they do not give meaning by themselves like conjunctions, prepositions, articles, and pronouns. These function words cannot operate by themselves unless they are what in the sentence. So they have no semantic content. But when we use them in sentences, then what they make meaning and they have semantic content. واضح؟ هون الفانكشن words قلنا عنهم ايش؟ sometimes ايش are called closed class words. Why? Because it's difficult to think of any other conjunctions or prepositions or pronouns that have recently entered the language. طبعا في عندنا small set of
دكتور
مثل I ومي وماي. طبعا هنا في عندنا subject object pronoun، في عندنا he subject pronouns، وهذول part ايش of this class. شو بنسمي هذول personal pronouns. يعني شو personal pronouns؟ I طبعا I كسبجكت وهي كسبجكت وشي كسبجكت ايش؟
دكتور
المي هنا object pronoun والماي possessive pronoun. فالعبارة عن ايش؟ نسميهم part of what of personal pronouns. يعني they are personal pronouns. اوكي. طبعا كان عندنا هنا feminist movement with the growth of feminist movement صار عندنا some proposals have been made to add genderless singular pronoun. يعني make pronouns ايش؟ genderless يعني without referring to certain gender لو male او female. So on this اللي هي genderless singular لو كان عندنا الفيمينست هنا طبعا الفيمينست يعمل change بالgenderless singular. لو كان البير pronoun exists here, in this case might prevented the department head in large university from making the incongruous statement. We will hire the best person for the job regardless of his sex. نقول person here. A person هنا فيها genderless. يعني doesn't refer to female or male. It refers to yes, to both males and females. طبعا في عنا برضه various proposals زي مثلا E but none are likely to gain traction هنا يعني they were not welcomed this kind of changes. ليش؟ because the closed class قلنا عن function words and unreceptive to new membership. يعني إذا الفانكشن قلنا عن الفانكشن words عبارة بكون sometimes closed class and these words or this class doesn't welcome any new membership for other elements or for other words. So لذلك نعتبرها closed class. ليش؟ because it doesn't welcome any new members to the class. Okay. So speakers prefer to use existing pronouns such as they and their to this job, for this job. For example, we say, we will hire the best person. We will hire the best person for this job, regardless of their sex. إذا فيش عندنا sex distinction between male or female. But sometimes they use he or she to refer to the gender. Okay. يعني we pronounce them as she, he. Okay. She, he. يعني to consider it includes both male and female. And if any student wishes to leave early, شايفين؟ any student طبعا student هنا ممكن يكون male أو female. وشو حطينا she, he. نسميها she, he to refer to male and female must obtain special permission. طبعا difference between content and function word is explained by the following this test. For example, count the number of F's in the following text without reading further. Then check the footnote. شو الإفس هنا؟ Count the F's in the following text. هنا طبعا finished F. هنا الإف بالفايز. هنا بالإف بالأوف. هنا برضه الأوف. هنا برضه في عندنا هون إيش بالأوف. كم أوف عندنا؟ 1 2 3 4 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ifs. Okay. طبعا هذا explanation show us that the brain treats content and function words like of differently. They finish طبعا finished within the word or files within the word of within the word. So the brain here treats content will function words or where content words يعني هون بالاف هاي وفيلز وفايلز هذول content words بينما of هنا هاي function word نفس الشيء of function word والاف function. إذا الاف بالfunction words okay they are treated differently. نقول finished this is part what of the word بينما عبارة عن هون جايب جزء من الكونتنت وورد بينما of هنا كفانكشن وورد طبعا كونتنت وورد قلنا بينما الاف بالفانكشن وورد of it is treated as differently. نقول finished ونقول of. Okay. So a number of psychological and neurological evidence support this claim. إنه المايند treats content words with function words what differently. Okay. Any question about this so far? Any question about gender and genderless? Okay. So this is enough for today, and we'll see you next week. Have a nice weekend.
يعطيك العافية دكتور.
Have a good day.
Have a nice weekend.
You too.